Hey, Will Snipeselli here. Coming in trying to do a different type of video today. Just looking at, I had a couple trades. Want to kind of do a review from some of the ICT tweets and just kind of use this as a learning experience. So if we look down here around 5:30, there was a break in market structure right here. So this ran up, took out these highs, and then retraced down. So these three minute down candles are a bearish order block. So it closed in this, it tapped into this fair value gap here and then ran higher. So this red line here, this is our previous week low and the June 17th low. So it ran up. It took some of this buy side liquidity up here, kind of traded around here, came back down. So what he was saying is that when we see this, when it comes down into this bullish order block and it finds support here, rallies up, right here, when it had so it started lower. So once we took out this low, this was another break in market structure to the downside, but came down into this bullish order block. Once it traded up and kind of gathered some more longs, this right here would have been a valid entry to go long, targeting these relative equal highs. And there's buy side liquidity that's sitting above there. Once we came up and took the sessions highs, so this was the session high. This is the trade in the morning where I just took a quick short, playing off of this raid up here. So I went short where the bias was basically bullish, but was still able to make it work with that small, 5.25 handle. But we saw it come down here, and it traded into this this bullish order block right here. Came back up. It didn't take out this high, and then it had a raid on the sell stops down here. So in this red box into this blue box, so the sell stops were purged on in this area, but they were not purged down here. So this is where the near-term sell side rests currently. So this would be a potential target later in the future to look at. So looking at after this was rated right here, we had a setup where it took out this short-term high, traded down into this fair value gap, pushed off, and actually could have got into it again, aiming for these targets, these buy side liquidity pools. And then we're getting pretty close, so that the Fed chair spoke today, and I have this blue line indicated where the speaker started talking. So what I saw at the time was we just had another a buy stops rated here. So not knowing this information that was provided after the fact of this was a sell stop raid, the day is primarily bullish at this point. When there's a Fed chair meeting, there's only trades before or in the PM session. So this is something that I learned today, and I even tried to do two contracts because I thought this was going to go lower. The thought was we traded up into this fair value gap, and I shorted it. and I got ran over real quick. So I had my stop loss, but basically put me, basically wiped out the trade from earlier this morning and the trade from the AM session. So down about 90 for the day today, but that's okay. There's going to be losing trades, but all of this is a learning experience for me as I'm doing this top step challenge. So I have here, don't trade during Fed news. We have that this level created, this buy side and sell side. This is the previous week low. That is one of the key points that we should be looking at. And so basically, if we zoom out here, so this is the New York session that we could trade. We're currently in lunch hours right now. So let's go to the 15-minute. So we have sell side liquidity up here at 37.33. So actually, sorry, this is actually buy side liquidity. So we have buy stops resting above this area. So we want to see what is going to happen once it taps into this. How does it react? Like I said, we have right down here, this is where the near-term sell side rests. So overall, this day is bullish, but on the higher time frame, we're still very bearish. I'm going to turn off these. We're just going lower. So I think this is just a little correction today. But yeah, we'll kind of keep an eye on this. Just wanted to kind of review some of this to, continue learning and how to read the markets and how price books. So anyways, thanks for watching.